Just a quick warning, this video contains fangirling, squealing, and spoilers. Please note, this video, as of all my other videos, do not follow a script. So yes, you've been warned. I'm here to talk about a movie that has shook my entire being. We are in fact talking about Disney's Aladdin. I have seen that 7 times. Yes, 7 times. Now, I was left in awe. The first time I saw it, I was so amazed and my breath was taken and I felt like I was on a magic carpet with Mina Masood. You know? Now, when I saw the trailer, it said Disney, it said live action. I was like, okay, what's this? For some reason, I was instantly ready to see it because the way that it was presented, you know, songs right from the 1992 version, you know the story, you know that they're gonna do it, they're gonna make, well, just another version of it. That's what you'd think, but no, the music was more amped up than the original. Totally same lyrics, right, same songs, but amped up, emphasized, played with. I don't know how to describe it, but it had some amazing things done to it, more emphasis. You have these scenes playing as the music builds up to it, and then you have this long chorus of a whole new world, and you hear the two actors singing together, and you hear them, and you see all these scenes, and there's this action in it, and you're just blown away. In this movie, basically, Jasmine is more empowered and wants to be independent. She's a well thought out character. She wants to be a sultan. She has her goals. She wants to be independent, you know? I mean, this sultan compared to the 1992 one, that sultan was a bit comical, but this one, oh, he knows what he wants. He knows he's the ruler. You know, he's got that down. You look at him and you're like, yes, he's the sultan, you know? And then this whole atmosphere of Arabian and Indian mixed together, and the world that it creates, and that the characters and what they wear emphasizes that actual environment. But anyway, so Jasmine also has a handmaid. Now, her best friend was a tiger in the past. Just a tiger, Raja. Raja's still here as a CGI tiger. No, Nali is like her best friend. And that's really nice. It was such a nice touch, because what can I say about Aladdin? 1992 version of Aladdin. He's very confident and charming and becomes a prince. Literally walks up to the sultan. I am Prince Ali of Ababwa and I am here to marry your daughter. And Jasmine's like, no, I don't like his confidence. He's too confident. When he meets Jasmine, right, he doesn't know it's Jasmine. They find out that they both feel trapped. It's so nice watching them fall for each other. In the original version, they also fell for each other, but it's just this one's more slow and realistic, I guess. When you start getting a crush on someone, you can see in their expression, oh my god, I really like her. Wow, she's pretty amazing. You just see like they first start to get that impression of each other, and then it turns on to a full-blown crush on Jasmine and Aladdin's side. He actually breaks into the palace and asks her for tea. Do you want to go on a stroll? And he literally just says that. When he is Prince Ali, right? When he is turned into a prince, Aladdin is so nervous when he is with the princess. He doesn't know how to act. He doesn't know how to approach her. He has no idea how to be a prince. And the realism of that is shown because he is so nervous. He starts talking about things like, upon meeting her, he goes to great lengths to talk about jams that he brought. And then he even accidentally says he wants to buy time with the princess, but it comes out as, what do you expect to buy with all this money or with all these gifts? Jasmine asks, and to his horror, he replies, you, of course. And then he gets looks from everyone. And the genie, played by Will Smith, is just an amazing right side man to Aladdin, who is trying to teach him to be more confident, and he does. He brings out the best in him. I loved the realism of how difficult it was for Aladdin to be himself around the princess, only until he embraces his confidence as a prince, goes up to the princess and takes her on a magic carpet ride in this version. But when they're on the rooftop, instead of ending it with resting heads on each other's shoulders like they're in love, he's so nervous that he just says, "We should head back." And to Princess Jasmine's demise, she replies, "Already." And I'm thinking, sitting there, "Wait, Prince Ali, Aladdin, wait, she doesn't want to go. Why are you going back? Why are you so nervous?"
I mean, I know she barely found out you were Aladdin, and she called you Prince Aladdin because you mentioned your monkey, and then you were like, "Oh no," and she was like, "Well, how many names do you have?" And you were like, "No, it's not me, I just dress as a commoner," and then you embarrass her because you say that you know your people more, and then she's like, "Oh, but I wish I understood my people more," and he's like, "You should get out more," and stuff like that, but you didn't have to go. You didn't have to go back. You wanted to stay. Why did you? You were so nervous. You were so nervous. I loved every moment of it.
The chemistry between the two, it's amazing. I love how Jasmine still has this confident streak and this feminist women power that she holds on to, even if she falls in love with Prince Ali, who's Aladdin. She chooses him literally as her suitor. She still wants to be sultan, still gonna do what she wants to do. It doesn't change, and that's so good for her. It gives girls great messages, but she still wants to go for it, and that is amazing. I love how she doesn't become a damsel in distress. She stays as she is. Nothing shakes her, and that is what I admire most about her character and her arc, and the way the character is thought out as an inspiration for girls and young children, to stand up for what you believe in. It's interesting to see how Aladdin's mind changes. He's trying to work out to be himself, yet he knows that if the princess knew he was a straight rat, he would not only lose her because he's been lying to her, but he would lose her because he thinks that she wouldn't love him because he has no confidence in himself, and he thinks he is worthless as a street rat because he isn't educated. And he literally says to his genie, "What can I offer the princess? How to steal food, how to jump between buildings, that's all I know." And it's very sad to actually, you feel so bad for him because it's true. That's all he thinks he knows. He doubts himself. The genie warns him in the beginning that people who get the genie, then they make wishes, they want more and more. They get greedier and greedier. They're never satisfied or never happy because they keep wanting more, and they have the opportunity to have more. He said, "Do me a favor, don't drink out of the cup." As a metaphor to don't do that, don't become that type of person. You're better than that, you're pure. Stay the way you are now. The genie says he made him look like a prince. Doesn't mean he actually made him feel like a prince. He may have disguised Aladdin as a prince, but he didn't make him think he is a prince. He just told him he's a prince, but really Aladdin was still himself in a way. So as the movie progresses, Aladdin starts to think differently, such as, why should I call myself Aladdin anymore? I'll just be Prince Ali. I'll live this lie. And the genie says, "So you're drinking out of that cup?" As Aladdin wishes more, because he wished for the genie to be free in the beginning. They agreed that he would do that. But Aladdin said, "I can't do this without you. I can't pretend to be Prince Ali without you, so I can't wish you free." And that's when you realize Aladdin's changed. I wrote a TED talk about this on one of the songs. Okay, and you could read it if you want to. Here's a screenshot of it. Basically, you get a more in-depth Aladdin. You watch how the guilt consumes him, how it changes his character, and how that affects others around him, how he learns to regret it, how he learns to accept it, how he learns to believe in himself and be himself, and through his love for Jasmine and his friendship with the genie, and everything that happens in the movie, it goes in depth into his character, into whatever he does. It has an effect after, either good or bad, and he carries on with it, and you know he's lying, and you know he's gonna get caught, and he knows that he's also doing the wrong thing, but he has no choice. He's left to a point where he has to continue, and then there's a point where it just gets too much for him, and he just realistically breaks down and breaks into a song, and all the character arcs just amazed me. So much more strength and story built around Aladdin and Jasmine. And the genie, I mean, Will Smith is no Robin Williams, of course, but the way that Will Smith portrayed the genie, it's hands down really amazing. I really enjoyed how the genie was. I know it did the same thing that the Disney movie did, okay? I know that Aladdin meets the genie and then instantly
asks to be a prince after, and tells him he's in love with the princess and to make him a prince.
But it really, the slow progression of events that happen in the movie, it builds up your understanding of the depths of friendships. There is a undeniable close friendship built between Aladdin and his genie. There is such progression with the way that the movie builds itself up. There are moments when there are sudden scenes that you expect, and then there's a pause, and there is more slowness, and there's more realism in the slow progression to other scenes, because it builds upon the characters. With the Disney movies more fast-paced, you don't really get to see the realism of the characters, you know?
Oh, it's magic carpet. Oh, it's Jafar. You know, oh, it's snake, genie, lamp, happily ever after. The movie doesn't give itself much of a break through it.
With slow scenes, like Jafar stealing Aladdin's lamp in the town, and how Aladdin breaks down into this song monologue. There is a moment where you see the effect of it from the outside view, and you see the screen switch from the castle view to Aladdin as he realizes the lamp is missing, and you hear an explosion or something, and he looks up and he realizes that everyone's in trouble, and it's just stuff like that. Stuff like that is what makes the movie so much more realistic, and you have this build-up of emotions. I didn't find Jafar very menacing. I would say that if I'm not comparing it to the 1992 version, then it's a more realistic way of showing someone who has that kind of scary mindset. It's like the mindset of someone who's corrupted and wants power. I liked how they didn't go over the top with it. So Jafar character, he had some good qualities. I would say the actor did a good job. Why should you go see this movie? Let's talk about the music. In all of its glory, You Have Never Had a Friend, but it's got a beat to it. It's Will Smith feel, like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air feel. You've got Aladdin's One Jump Ahead, which sounds, he sounds like Brad Kane kind of, but he doesn't. But I mean, he does. It's so amazing, right? It's just like a breath of fresh air for the 1992 songs. It really is. And then you have A Whole New World, okay? And I love that song. I love the way they harmonize. It's like A Whole New World, but it's so different. It's more apt. It's more there's just so much oomph to it, and it's beautiful. Give it a listen, please. And then you have Aladdin's reprise that you didn't have in the first one. Yes, he sings "Would they see a poor boy," but he doesn't sing about his guilt consuming him. He doesn't sing about himself letting go and accepting that his lies have given him no choice but to accept the consequences of lying to the people he loves. And that was in reprise 2 of One Jump Ahead, and we didn't get that in the original, and it's amazing because it shows him growing and changing as a character and realizing that he made mistakes and he has to pay for it, and it was a beautiful addition. And then of course you have Jasmine's song Speechless. That left me speechless. I mean, you have a song about women empowerment and how she won't back down, and it's a beautiful song. Overall, I just have to say, the whole movie, it's just beautiful. It's It's surreal. It's amazing. It's realistic. I love it. I love the songs. I love the characters. I love the acting. I mean, Abu could have looked a bit better, but it's an amazing movie. That is why you should go see this movie. Don't compare it to the original. Don't do that. Don't think like, oh, it's not going to be as good as the original, because then you're putting yourself up. You're expecting it to be bad, and you will find flaws in it. Just go with it blinded, and just go see it for the beauty that it is. Nothing what anyone expects. It's a story of its own. It's a retelling in a beautiful, beautiful way. I loved it that much. I am sure you guys will love it too. And I don't know how long it's going to be in cinema for. I buy the DVD when it comes out. That is why you should watch Aladdin in the cinema if you can still catch it. I don't think it's in the cinema anymore. So I apologize, this review is coming out at a time it's not in the cinema. You will love it. You will either love it or you won't like it. Love it, hate it. You watched it. And I appreciate that. If this review makes you watch the movie, this makes you watch the Aladdin movie, I've done my job. Thank you guys so much for listening to my review of Disney's 2019 Aladdin. And I will see you guys in the next video.